I am the hunter. You are my prey.
Whoa, wait a second.
I have been tracking you since you entered our hunting grounds. You are not the most formidable prey I've had, but you shall do.
Look, there's no need for this. Can't we just...
Your skull shall make an excellent trophy for my wall.
Who's there?
I am the hunter. You are my prey.
Whoa, wait a second.
I have been tracking you since you entered our hunting grounds. You are not the most formidable prey I've had, but you shall do.
Look, there's no need for this. Can't we just...
Your skull shall make an excellent trophy for my wall. You are the victor.
Hold still. I might be able to get a medic.
No. You are the victor. May your hunts bring you great honor. What's going on in there? Open this door! Who's in there? You, cut this door down!
Okay, team. That's everyone. Let's get out of here. Activate the pattern enhancers. I've got the isodesium.
Lieutenant! No.
Oh my God. He's dead.
Monroe to Voyager. 4 to beam back.
Sir, 2 of them are wounded. It's Lathrop and Odell.
Beam the wounded directly to sickbay. Where is Lieutenant Foster? Would you mind explaining exactly what happened?
It was the Borg, sir. When we activated the pattern enhancers, they must have been able to beam in.
They took Foster and the isodesium.
They caught us completely by surprise. They were in and out before we could even react.
Ms. Murphy, you are dismissed. Could you not have prevented the Borg from taking the isodesium?
Sir, I didn't want to take the chance that I might hit Foster.
That is a chance you should have taken, Ms. Monroe.
What?
There is such a thing as acceptable losses. Had you fired, it is likely that the Borg would not have the isodesium we need.
And Foster might be dead.
Possibly. But your emotional decision may have cost the lives of every member of this crew. Perhaps next time, you will consider this. Prepare a full report. I will summon you when we determine what action to take.
Brian.
What?
I just don't believe there was nothing they could... Sir,
Am I interrupting something?
shall I speak freely?
Go ahead.
Honestly, Monroe, I don't know how it could have gone so poorly. Ken, Foster, Odell, and we lost the isodesium.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying someone must be to blame. That's all.
Hey, Monroe, I heard Odell's gonna make it. The doc says he got to him just in time. Good thing you found him.
Hey.
Yes?
Hey.
Sorry, I don't have time to talk now.
I've been working on 7 Zymod. It's coming along. Should be ready for field use pretty soon. Sorry, Monroe. Holodeck's offline right now.
Oh, man, this sucks! This wasn't supposed to happen. How'd the Borg get here?
Rick, relax.
Relax. Relax? Those Borg killed Ken. I'm gonna go over there and personally break every one of their grimy necks with my own bare hands. Hey, Monroe. We're going over there, right? We gotta teach them not to mess with Starfleet. For Ken.
Rick, look. We can't just go over to a Borg ship for revenge.
Yeah? Well, what about Foster, huh? He might still be alive. We gotta save him.
Probably assimilated him already.
Don't say that, man! We can get him. We're a professionally trained hazard team. We'll get him back and give him some for Ken.
Michael.
Can't you see him working?
Mitch.
One thing I don't understand, why would the Borg take Foster and the isodesium in the first place?
Who knows? I just hope we can get them back.
I hope they're sending us over there. I know we can get Foster and the isodesium back.
Excuse me.
Sorry, I'm kind of busy here.
Tuvok to Monroe. Report to Astrometrics immediately. Deck 8, Astrometrics.
Look, Foster's alive. We can still save him.
That is a possibility. You may well have the chance to find out.
What?
Though it goes against my better judgment, you are next in line for command of the hazard team. We are going to infiltrate the Borg cube.
Ensign? I take it you know Seven and Ensign Kim.
Seven and I were going over the Ethereans' data, and we've located a Borg cube here in the dampening field with us.
The vessel appears to be heavily damaged.
Monroe, you and the hazard team are going to beam over there and get back the isodesium.
And Foster?
Ensign, we're not even sure he's still alive, but if it's possible to rescue him, then yes, by all means. But the isodesium is of the highest priority. Seven will be joining you on this mission. And Ensign, you are now officially in command of the hazard team.
Yes, sir.
Seven has prepared a plan of action.
Since we don't know where the Borg may be storing the isodesium, I've chosen a beam-in point within reasonable proximity to a primary sub-processing matrix. From there, I should be able to determine the exact location of the isodesium.
Why not beam directly to the Matrix?
We do not wish to alert the Borg. The beam-in point is in an area of low importance. There is also an assimilation chamber en route. It is possible that Lieutenant Foster is as yet unassimilated and being held there.
Hopefully, they'll be too busy repairing their ship to worry about a few trespassers.
Sounds good. Get in there, get the isodesium, and rescue Foster if you can.
Yes, Captain.
I will join you and your team in the transporter room.
Ms. Monroe, I trust your performance will surpass your previous efforts.
Once we have the isodesium, we beam straight back here. Any questions?
Yeah. Why aren't I on this mission? If we're gonna give the Borg some payback, you're gonna need some extra manpower.
This isn't a revenge mission, Rick. Our mission is to get the isodesium back.
And rescue Foster.
If possible, yes. As for firepower, 7's Infinity Modulator prototype is ready for field testing. If the Borg turn nasty, we'll be more than ready for them.
It is unwise to underestimate the Borg.
Yeah, see? You're gonna need me to help eliminate some Borg. No offense, man.
None taken.
Beesman, I know you're upset about Ken and Foster, but killing a bunch of Borg isn't going to bring them back. I need cool heads. You're gonna have to learn to control yourself before I can assign you to another mission. Dismissed.
Monroe, come on.
I said dismissed.
Oh, you're loving this, aren't you?
If there are no further delays,
energize. Just keep to yourselves and they should ignore us. This isn't a simulation, so stay sharp.
what are you doing?
Sir.
Open fire. Should I take it out? That is a foolish decision. The Borg will most switch to Imar. High security force field. I shall attempt to override it. This terminal is malfunctioning. Crewman Chang, take out that generator.
Take cover.
Step aside.
Since when can the Borg shoot?
They have obviously been isolated from the collective for some time. They must have adapted.
Great.
Excuse me. Look, it's Foster. We have to save him.
Move it!
I detect no controls or power source for this. I would advise against taking unnecessary risks.
Unnecessary? Monroe, we can't.
Our primary objective is of utmost importance. We cannot endanger our mission. The Borg already consider us hostile, and Lieutenant Foster is most likely beyond help.
Monroe, please. This is your chance to make things right. Tell me we're going to rescue Foster.
Over here!
Monroe, please. Do something. Go, Monroe.
endangered our mission, Ensign.
You did your best, Monroe.
We must continue with our mission to retrieve the isodesium. Hold your fire.
This looks safe.
Did you hear something? What was that?
They're waking up. Hold your fire.
He's dead, Monroe. I'll beam his body back to sickbay.
The force field's down! Ouch, slow down.
Stay here and watch for more Borg. Ensign Monroe and I will scout ahead.
Sir.
Aye, sir.
There's the transfer point to the inner chambers. This force field will take some time to bypass.
The Borg are coming!
There's too many of them. Let's go.
Either will suffice.
We are Borg.
Hold your fire.
How many are there?
Hold your fire.
Get down!
Resistance is futile.
What is it, Seven?
Primary sub-processing matrix.
Whoa! What are you doing?
I should be able to download useful information from the memory core. I shall attempt to pinpoint the exact location of the isodesium. Strange. The memory core is fragmented. Certain data is shielded. This is not typical of the Borg. All information is shared.
Base Borg are anything but typical.
Intriguing.
What?
I have found more information about the Forge. This cube engaged a probe similar to the one Voyager encountered. The probes are sent by the Forge. Those vessels with sufficient technology to destroy the probes are transported here by the resulting explosions. Once here, this cube was invaded by a vessel sent from the Forge. The scavengers call them Harvesters. They forcibly disassemble the trapped ships and take the parts and crew back to the Forge. They abducted hundreds of drones, and nearly 1/4 of the ship, before they were driven off. The Harvester's resistance quotient is extremely high.
A species even the Borg are afraid of?
We don't plan on sticking around long enough to make their acquaintance. 7, any information on the isodesium?
Just a moment. Querying. Yes, 3 levels below. Quaternary Environmental Control Chamber 9 Alpha. There is more, but I cannot access it. Memory is fragmented.
That's good enough. Let's get moving. 7? 7.
I am sorry. I was distracted.
Right. Okay, let's move out, people.
I have no time for frivolous pursuits.
Excuse me.
State your... thinking. It is the hub through which all Borg thoughts are processed and organized. It creates order out of chaos.
We are Borg.
No.
Ensign Alexandria Monroe of the starship Voyager, species 5618. You are the leader of your unit.
Yes, I am.
We wish to negotiate.
Negotiate?
You and your team will be allowed to leave this vessel with the isodesium you are attempting to retrieve.
Sounds good. What do you want from us?
We have assimilated information from this unit detailing your previous encounters with species 8472.
Species 8472?
This vessel was engaged in combat with species 8472, who had infiltrated our vessel. The Forge probe attacked us during this conflict. Upon destruction of the probe, we were transported to the Forge, after several of species 8472.
I don't like where this is heading.
Despite our adaptation, species 8472 has remained resistant. We assimilated your Lieutenant Foster to gain information that may be of use in protecting the cube from them. However, they stole the isodesium and have been using it as an energy source. They are reproducing rapidly. We cannot contain them.
I see. And you want us to stop them for you?
This unit has memory of specialized nanoprobes developed by Voyager to eliminate species 8472. You will use these to eradicate the infestation.
They must be crazy to think we would help them.
What about Foster? We want him back.
Impossible. This unit is Borg.
We will not accept unless Foster is released. Why shouldn't we just leave you here to kill each other off?
You have only two options. Accept or be assimilated. Resistance is futile.
Well, I guess if you put it that way. All right, we'll do it.
You will proceed through this route to Quaternary Environmental Control Chamber at 9 Alpha, where you will find species 8472's lair. Their resistance quotient is extremely high.
Foster!
You can't trust a Borg. They've double-crossed us before.
That may be so, but the isodesium is beyond the area of infestation. We would have had to go through it anyway.
Still, I don't think this is a good idea. I don't trust Borg.
That's enough, Gerard.
Don't worry, Juliet. I got it covered.
Species 8472 can regenerate pretty fast.
Since our last encounter with Species 8472, I have modified our weapon designs to be effective against them. Check your weapons and equipment for damage. Get down!
Wait a minute. We negotiated. We had a deal.
Negotiations around it. You will be assimilated.
I knew it. Why does this not surprise me?
Sorry, Foster. I wish it didn't have to happen this way.
Kill me.
I'm sorry. I can't. Monroe to Voyager. We've recovered the isodesium and are ready to beam out.
Beam myself and the isodesium directly to engineering.
Acknowledged. Initiating transport.
7 of 9 beam directly to engineering with the isodesium. If Lieutenant Torres is correct, Voyager should have power restored within a day or two. The hazard team has proven itself to be a valuable asset. You are all off duty until further notice. Ms. Monroe, I understand you and your team did not rescue Lieutenant Foster. While this must have been difficult for you, I am disappointed. You all have some holodeck time. I suggest you use it.
Tuvok.
Is there a purpose to this inquisition?
Brian.
What?
Hey, Alex. Meet me in the mess hall after you're done with the holodeck, okay?
Sure. Tuvok.
Is there a purpose to this inquisition?
Hey, I've got a new training program for the holodeck. It's for testing the new personal photon torpedo launcher. Here, check it out.
Initiating program. Kronos.
Oviedo.
Need something?
Deck 2, mess hall.
Alexandria Monroe. Access granted.
Well, hello, Ms. Murphy. What can I get for you today?
How about some Tarkalian wine?
Excellent choice.
Hey, Alex.
Hi, Telsia.
Looks like we're pretty much out of the woods now.
I guess.
Tuvok sounded pretty pleased. I guess he's warmed up to you some.
I don't know about that.
Well, he just has to get to know you better.
Commander? Ensign? Anything I can get you?
You know, a couple of times there, I really thought you might not make it.
Great. What is
I'm glad you did.
Thanks. Me too.
What kind of pie?
Oh, just pie?
What kind of pie?
Lornax grub roach pie. Have a nice meal.
A little more adventurous than you intended, Tom?
A little.
So, I was wondering...
So, how's the Tarkalian wine? I was told 2245 was an excellent year.
Oh, yes, it's good. Thanks. Well, I have to go take a shower. I'll see you later, Alex.
All right, see ya.
You're sure you don't want anything, Mr. Chang?
I'm fine.
Excuse me.
I'm not so sure it's such a good idea to get complacent just yet, Alex.
So B'Elanna says the isodesium is working perfectly.
That's good to hear. I'm sure I'm not the only one who'll feel a lot better once we're out of this death trap.
I hear you.
Crewman.
Yeah?
Hey.
Can't talk right now, sorry.
Excuse me.
What?
Excuse me.
Yes, Monroe?
Crewman.
I'll talk to you later.
Tom.
Hey, Monroe. Nice work on the Borg ship. We all owe you one.
Commander.
Good work, Ensign. Your team really pulled through.
Excuse me.
Ah, Ensign. I heard you've become quite the hero. It must have been fascinating. The Ethereans, those strange scavengers, and those pesky Borg. If you ask me, you're in line for a promotion.
that?
What?
I don't see anything.
Out there. In the debris. See it?
Hey, yeah. I see something moving way out there.
Nah, that's debris.
No, it's getting closer. Look!
You're right. What do you think it is?
I don't know.
It looks like some kind of ship.
That thing's coming right for us.
Whatever it is, it doesn't look friendly.
The Harvesters.
All senior personnel report to the conference room.
Monroe, you better come too.
Does anyone have any idea what this thing is?
I believe I do, Captain. The most logical presumption would be that the Forge has sent a harvester to disassemble Voyager.
I was afraid that's what you were going to say.
Combining the records Seven retrieved from the Borg ship with my own sensor scans, I would concur with Seven's appraisal.
Wait a second. Didn't one of those ships tear up a Borg cube?
Yes. The Harvesters appeared to attach themselves to the stranded ships and use massive claws to literally tear the ships apart. The Harvester aliens, meanwhile, invade the ship and plunder equipment and crew. The effect is utterly devastating.
Great! Thanks for the pep talk.
B'Elanna, how soon will we get the warp drive and defense systems back online?
Not soon enough, Captain. The isodecium is helping, but it's still going to take several more hours.
I'm open to ideas. Anyone?
I thought I saw something in the Etherians' records about some sort of gunship that's stranded here, too.
Yes, the technology is consistent with that of Species 1567. They were engaged in a long-range war in which they sent out giant automated gunships called dreadnoughts to destroy enemy outposts. They possessed impressive firepower.
Sounds like a giant cannon on autopilot.
Essentially, yes.
If we can board it, aim it at the Harvester.
We could blow the Harvester away before it reached Voyager.
Presuming we could operate it. However, my scans indicate that the ship does still have power.
Life signs.
None detected.
I can't see any better option. Tuvok, you and Monroe put together a plan for the hazard team. But fast. We don't have much time. B'Elanna, do what you can to get our defenses up faster.
I'll do my best, Captain.
Dismissed.
The Dreadnought appears to be essentially a giant automated weapon of mass destruction. There are only a few identifiable areas of the ship. This front area seems to be the control section. There is a barrel section 700 meters long.
700 meters?
The rear sections seem to contain the ammunition, power, and propulsion systems. Our objective will be to reach the control section and fire the weapon at the Harvester ship.
How do we know this thing still works?
We do not. We have detected an active power source, and the vessel does not seem to be significantly damaged. In fact, we believe the weapon has never been fired. However, as our sensors can barely penetrate the ship's hull, it is difficult to ascertain the weapon's condition.
How long do we have before the Harvesters get here?
Approximately 3 hours and 47 minutes.
Not much time.
We might have caught a break on this one, though. As you can see, we found a tear in the hull.
Whatever did that could...
We should be able to transport directly into the ship through this breach, saving us the time of having to shuttle over. From here, it's only a short stroll to the control center here. Myself, Chang, Telsia, Chell, and Satlos will beam in and escort Tuvok to the control room.
Sounds like pretty heavy escort for a derelict ship.
We're not going to take any chances with this one. If all goes well, once we get Tuvok to the control room, he'll fire the weapon at the Harvester, and there will still be a Voyager to come back to. Any questions? Good. Gear up and report to the transporter room. Dismissed.
harvester ship doesn't look very friendly.
Tuvok.
Vulcans do not make small talk.
Brian.
What?
I sure hope Tuvok is right about this gunship being operational. I don't think I want to come face to face with those harvesters.
Tuvok's usually right. We got plenty of time to board the ship and fire it. After this, we should be free and clear.
Yeah, but you know what they say.
What?
If you see a light at the end of the wormhole, it's probably a photon torpedo.
Man, Joe, sometimes you make me think Murphy must have been a Boolean.
Who's Murphy?
You know, Murphy's Law. Ah, trust me, you'd like him.
Are you all right, Austin?
I'm fine.
Alex, what do we know about these harvesters?
Not much.
We know they can tear a ship to pieces, and even the Borg are scared of them. Totally resistant to assimilation.
Well, better that we get a move on and not find out.
Oviedo.
What's up?
Coordinates received and locked
Mr.
in,
Pelletier,
sir.
energized.
Gravity's a little light here. Should have brought grav boots.
Power to this area must be partially out. What are those?
Looks like fighters.
Fighters? I thought this ship didn't have a crew.
Maybe they're automated.
We do not have time for idle speculation. We should proceed. Look out!
The door won't open. Like I thought, power's out.
It is likely we would be blown out through the hull breach should we open the door just yet. We must restore the environmental integrity of the hangar bay before we continue.
It looks like there's a computer console on the upper level. Maybe we could restore power there.
Ms. Monroe, find a way up there and see what you can do.
containment field. Environmental settings are normalizing. Good. We could take these helmets off.
No. Leave them on until we get to the control room, and I can secure environmental integrity to the entire vessel. Mr. Chell, you may now open the door. Miss Monroe, lead the way.
Watch it!
That's a harvester? I don't know. It looked bigger before we killed it.
Let us hope, Mr. Chell, that you do not mistake one of us for a harvester. Mr. Chell, if you would.
There's some serious damage here.
Would have taken quite a while to do that much damage to this ship.
We must get to the elevator at the end of this hall.
The door's being jammed by something on the other side.
Guess there was a crew after all.
A small crew, perhaps.
So where are they? Harvesters.
I'm sure we'll find out soon. The control room is still one deck above this one. We must get to that elevator. Chang, see if the debris can be blown clear. Chell, find a layout of this deck. Sadlos, you and I will attempt to force the jammed door. Monroe, Murphy, see if there's an alternate route.
I don't know, sir. I don't think this door can be opened without moving whatever's blocking it on the other side.
Mr. Chang, what is your assessment?
No good, sir. The molecular density and tensile strength of this material is so high my dead packs would barely scratch the surface. Looks like there's a maintenance hatch on the other side. But... I can't get much out of this terminal. It's pretty badly damaged.
Hey, Alex found a ventilation shaft.
Monroe. See what's jamming the door. Nice work, Monroe. Sound deductive reasoning, Anson. Good work.
Definitely a medical lab.
Doesn't look like they even got a chance to use it. like they were trying to get into the control room. They couldn't get this door open, though.
See that you fare better, Mr. Chell.
Yes, sir.
What a disaster area.
Maybe the crew made a last stand against the harvesters here.
Let us hope the control room is in better condition.
Looks like they put up a fight.
Not that it did them any good.
That was fast.
I wouldn't be much of a technician if I couldn't open a door.
Move it.
Chell, seal the door in case there are more scavengers.
Hey, this room looks pretty much untouched.
The harvesters must not have made it this far. The crew must have stopped them.
But it cost them their lives. All set.
These controls appear to be operational.
Looks like we got plenty of time to spare.
Finally, something went as planned.
Environmental integrity has been restored. You may now remove your helmets.
I found something. Looks like an audio log.
Can you play it back?
Yeah, I'm processing it through the translator now.
Help me! They're tearing through the hull!
Our weapons are useless! I can't!
The defense systems are cut off! We're going to be slaughtered! No! No! Get back! No! No! Somebody help us, please! They're killing us all! Tearing our ship apart! They're unstoppable! Ah!
Oh my God.
Distractions are not going to aid us in achieving our objectives.
That must have been the harvesters.
Mr. Chell, control yourself.
They're gonna tear Voyager apart.
That is precisely what we are here to prevent. However, there has been a setback.
Oh no.
Guess I spoke too soon.
I can aim the gunship and fire it from here. But the loading mechanism seems to be malfunctioning. The charge will have to be loaded manually. Ensign Monroe, take a small team to the barrel here and ride the maintenance tram to the end. The plasma focusing router here is misaligned, cutting off power to the firing mechanism. You will have to adjust it. Then make your way down to the firing chamber. Once there, you have to load the energy round into the firing chamber. When you've loaded the charge, I will then be able to fire the gunship.
All right, Chang, Satlos, you're with me. Chell, you and Telsia stay here.
I thought he was going to pick me.
Hey, don't worry. The ship's deserted. Should be no problem.
I have disabled all the security locks on the lifts and doors in the rest of the vessel. You should have no difficulties proceeding from here.
Well, we won't be going back this way. What's this?
Don't touch anything!
Uh-oh.
Ms. Monroe, what's happening down there? I'm reading a power surge. Ms. Monroe, what's your status?
This ship isn't quite as dead as we thought, sir.
There were no indications of such a defense system here. They must be controlled from a different part of the ship.
We'll just have to be careful.
Agreed. Tuvok out.
Maybe they're just maintenance bots.
Then we must be an infestation to them.
What's wrong with you?
Looks like the only way to move on is down this lift where the robot came from.
But it makes a decent weapon.
approaching the barrel. The tram should be nearby. Take it down to the plasma focusing chamber. You must hurry.
Careful. That looks like superheated ion gas. Would sear the flesh right off your bones.
Great.
close
We
to the
have to
focusing
keep moving, Austin. Voyager is counting on us. Beam him back to sickbay.
Close to the focusing chamber. Gravitic plating in this area mustn't be fully... door's locked, sir.
Tuvok said he disabled all the security locks. Too bad Chell isn't here.
There's some micro fissures in the door structure. I think I can blow it. Take cover.
Good work, Austin.
I wouldn't be much of a demolitionist if I couldn't blow up a door.
Plasma stream is realigned. Well done. Now, proceed to the firing chamber and load the charge.
I can see the harvester. It's almost a Voyager. They're helpless.
Hurry, Alex.
We're not getting through here with those rods.
That's the rod cooling chamber we just...
Uh-oh, more bots.
Ms. Monroe, you are in the storage chamber. The energy rounds for the weapon should be there.
Here's one. But how do we get it to the firing chamber?
Keep sharp. There may be others.
Mitch is dead.
I'm working on it, Tuvok.
We are out of time, Ensign. Load the charge now, or Voyager may be lost.
I'm loading it now.
That would be highly advisable, Miss Monroe.
Lock and load, Tuvok.
Acknowledged. I am initiating the firing sequence. Prepare to beam back to Voyager.
Where's everyone else?
We took some damage, had to beam me back separately. Tuvok needs you, come on. The Harvester ship was only disabled, but now they're trying to board us.
That's one tough ship, but at least Voyager's still in one piece.
Chang, Monroe, the Harvester's docking tendrils are attempting to breach the hull. Go to the equipment room and restock.
If the Harvesters are anywhere near as tough as their ship, you're going to need some heavy firepower.
As you can see, we took some casualties. If you need medical attention, just come back here.
The Harvesters are almost through. Come on!
Harvesters are spreading out into the corridors. Stop them at any cost.
Just a moment. You'll be fine.
do not require medical attention. Your assistance is much appreciated, Ensign.
I'll say. Any later and we might have been a harvester snack.
Monroe to bridge. The harvesters have been eliminated.
Good work, Ensign. We'll get cleanup crews down there on the double.
I can't believe the aliens survived that hit from the dreadnought.
It would have been much worse had we not disabled the harvester.
Not that that's going to make anyone around here feel any better.
What do you mean?
Let's just say that, as ship's morale officer, I've noticed people are a little on edge from constantly being on the defensive for so long. I just hope we get out of here soon.
Tuvok, Ensign Monroe, report to the conference room in half an hour.
The isodecium is working. Environmental controls and most critical systems will be online soon. But I don't know if we'll get full power back.
How long before warp drive? I want to get Voyager as far from this death trap as possible.
I might be able to get it up and running, but I can't guarantee its stability with that constant power drain from the Forge's dampening field.
Harry, what about sensors? Can we...
Wait. Aren't we...
Go ahead, Ensign. What's on your mind?
Well, aren't we going to counterattack?
What?
I mean, are we going to just sit here and wait for them to attack again? Or are we going to strike back?
I don't intend to leave Voyager a sitting duck, Ensign. Maybe you weren't paying attention just now, but we're doing our best to get out of here.
Ms. Monroe, you were invited to this conference as a courtesy. The captain has rejected your proposal.
Captain, I'm just saying what everyone is thinking.
All right, Ensign. Just what is everyone thinking?
It's just that people are tired of being on the defensive.
I have to agree. I've talked with some of the crew. Morale is low. They feel vulnerable.
The best defense is often a strong offense.
What are we supposed to do without engines and weapons? Drift over there and use harsh language? That thing's outer defenses could cut Voyager to ribbons.
Not every problem can be solved by force, Ensign. I would have thought you would know that by now.
While we're sitting here licking our wounds, the Forge could send another harvester ship.
All the more reason to get repairs done sooner.
But what if the repairs can't be finished because of the dampening field?
I understand. We're all feeling vulnerable. But I'm not just captain of this ship. I'm the captain of her crew as well. I can't ignore the morale of my people. If they don't get a chance to fight back, they might not have any fight left in them by the time the next harvester comes. And I can't ignore the fate of the other countless victims this Forge has taken, and the ones it's yet to take. We've been fighting so hard for our own survival, we've almost forgotten our responsibility to the others trapped here. If we have a chance to stop this madness once and for all, we must take it. However, Voyager is in no shape to challenge the Forge. Ms. Monroe, I take it you have a plan in mind.
Yes, I do. Trojan horse.
The harvester ship.
Of course.
Look, I can take a small team of my best people. We use the harvester to enter the Forge and lower its defenses, so you can send reinforcements and shuttles. If we can shut down the dampening field, Voyager and the other ships should be able to escape.
We don't have any idea what kind of internal defenses that thing has.
At the very least, we can buy Voyager some time.
All right. Tuvok, Chakotay, Monroe, let's put together a plan. It's time we brought the fight to our captors.
Once the dampening field generator is down, we will evacuate the Forge and return to Voyager via the shuttlecrafts.
Crewman Jaworski, yes.
Sir, how are we going to get the harvester back to the Forge? We don't know how to operate it, do we?
A science team has examined the harvester ship and discovered an automatic recall system. The ship is programmed to return to the Forge on its own.
Your team leader, Ensign Monroe, will now brief you on your specific mission objectives.
The first team is going to be a small group. Just myself, Telsia, Beastman, and Chell. We will board the harvester and initiate the auto-return sequence. We believe the harvester will return to this area of the Forge, a docking ring of some sort, still under construction apparently. Our scans indicate that the external defense's power grid is located somewhere in this area. Once we shut it down, we'll call for the reinforcements. That's where the rest of you come in. Once we rendezvous, We'll spread out and proceed down this main shaft. We'll try to locate the generator for the dampening field and destroy it, allowing Voyager to escape. Any questions? Liz?
What kind of resistance are we gonna run into?
Honestly, we don't know. We presume there'll be more harvesters over there, and who knows what else. We don't know anything about this forge and who's operating it, but I expect pretty heavy resistance. Look, I know some of you must be scared. I know I am. But the Hazard team was created and trained for exactly this kind of dangerous assignment. We can beat this thing.
This crew has repeatedly surprised and impressed me over these past several years. Starfleet, Maquis, and others. We've all come together and performed beyond the expectations of even the finest Starship crew. I know you can do this. We will shut down this death trap.
All right, let's suit up and get going. My team, meet by the Harvester docking tendril in 1/2 hour. Dismissed. Come to wish me luck, Tuvok?
Vulcans do not believe in luck, Ms. Monroe. However, your success is crucial. And while I believe you will prevail, I hope that your mission does not encounter undue adversity.
Thanks, Tuvok.
We will join you as soon as your team deactivates the outer defenses.
Anybody home?
How old is this place?
Hey, Chell. Hope you're not afraid of heights.
Why?
Chell's never been able to cross. See if you can find an easier way down for him. We'll cover you.
Anybody home?
How old is this place?
Hey, Chell. Hope you're not afraid of heights.
Why?
Chell's never gonna make it across. See if you can find an easier way down for him. We'll cover you.
looks like a dead end.
Wait, this is some kind of anti-gravity beam. We can ride this down.
Are you sure?
Only one way to find out.
Does the hazard team get hazard pay?
Any team with you in it should get double, Chell.
Ha ha.
Woohoo! Come on in! What?
Monroe, where are you going?
There's atmosphere in here.
Must be the Harvester's uglier cousins.
I don't think they like us very much.
Great. More force fields. Hey, Monroe, you dropped the force field.
Cover me! Watch out! Deactivate the defense system from here. Wait a second. I think I can... Yes. I can run an endless loop, a simulation of current sensor data. It will just extrapolate all of the ship's current movement.
So the targeting computers will think all the ships are just drifting normally.
Right. When the reinforcements come, the targeting computers won't see them.
Good thinking, Chell. Monroe to Voyager. The defense grid is down. We should be able to bring in reinforcements to the docking ring, but you better hurry. We hit some pretty heavy resistance.
Understood. We shall be there as soon as possible. In the meantime, try to locate the main central shaft of the forge. Our scans indicate it should lead to the energy dampening field generator.
Acknowledged. Monroe out. All right. We better get moving before more of those things show up. We can meet up with the reinforcements on one of the lower levels.
Okay. I've unlocked that exit down there.
That's my Nausicaa wrestling trophy! All right, now I'm really gonna have to teach him a lesson.
Calm down, crewman.
Hold your fire.
Check it out, man. There's some of those creatures in these containers. What's that all about?
Who cares? As long as they stay in there.
Hello? Hello? Hey, ugly! Wake up!
Hey, be careful.
Ah, he's sound asleep. He's lucky he's in there. Don't mess with Starfleet! Damn it! I can't get off a good shot!
There's just too many of them! Thanks, Tuvok. We couldn't have held out much longer. Did all the boarding parties make it?
Yes. The defense systems did not fire. The captain, Chakotay, and others have boarded several decks.
Good. Now we just have to find the generator and shut it down.
Monroe? He's dead.
Dead? No. He can't be.
He saved us all.
The good of the many outweighs the needs of the few. Mr. Beesman understood this. He will be missed, but we must continue with our operation. Sensor scans indicated that the generator is on the lowest level. We will need to divide into teams and try to find a way down to destroy it. Mr. Chell, Ms. Murphy, I will require your skills.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Chang, Jarrah, you're with me then.
We should maintain an open comm channel for the remainder of the mission. Let's go.
Chakotay to the captain. We're pinned down here.
Hold on, Commander. We're on our way.
Oh, God, what is that?
I must be shielded from my implacable. This shaft, it's full of those monsters. There must be thousands of them stored in the walls. This must be some kind of incubation chamber.
It's a whole army of these things. For some kind of invasion. There's enough here to take a whole planet.
Not just a planet. An entire galaxy. These Reavers are the ultimate killing machines. We have spent thousands of your years abducting species from all over this galaxy. Our probes have found worlds your puny Federation would never dream existed. We've tested and dissected them all, combining and manipulating their DNA. We have grown the ultimate warrior race. You and your entire galaxy shall fall to the Warsaw.
We will stop you!
Pitiful creatures. To the Vorsoth, you are nothing more than an infestation, an annoyance to be crushed like a...
Oh, what happened?
We Betazoids are telepathic. I was able to block the alien's voice. For now.
Are you okay?
Yes, It just took a lot out of me. I'll be fine.
Tuvok, this is Monroe. We found the main shaft and just had some sort of contact with the being who seems to be in control of this station.
Yes, Ensign. We received the same message. We are still recovering from it.
They're creating an army of drones. They're just like the Borg.
Correction. The Borg seek only perfection. These Vorsoth seek to annihilate all lesser beings and dominate whole galaxies.
Even worse than the Borg, then.
Sir, we can't just shut down the generator. We've got to destroy the entire station.
I concur, Ensign. My teams will start placing explosives. You and your team continue down the shaft to the generator. You have to destroy it before we can set off the det packs. Voyager can then escape the region before the explosion.
Understood. Monroe out.
Understood. We still have a few more to set.
Fields on the floor here.
Yeah, but it's segmented. There's holes everywhere. There has to be a path or pattern. Good thing Chow isn't there. He'd have to change his habits.
Captain, we've placed the last of the dead packs.
Good, Ensign. Get to the shuttles and return to Voyager. We're evacuating. Our dead packs are set and...
Acknowledged, Captain. We're en route to the shuttles ourselves.
we're here now.
I knew it couldn't be this easy!
Monroe to Tuvok. We found the generator creating the dampening field.
Excellent, Ms. Monroe. Destroy the generator and we will activate the deck packs. We will then start the evacuation.
Understood.
Ensign, it is important that you succeed. All of Voyager is counting on you. Tuvok out.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
We're ready, Alex.
Everyone okay?
Alex, over here.
Let's move it, Ensign.
Insignificant creatures, you cannot stop us. This forge is but the first of millions. We will launch the seed. It will grow into a new forge and create thousands more. You have simply delayed the inevitable. The Vorsoth shall conquer your galaxy, then countless others.
Gerard!
She blocked the voice again. Must have overwhelmed her.
Alex, listen, we've got to get out of here. The whole place is going to blow.
Come on, let's go!
Chang, take Gerard. Get her back to Voyager.
Wait, what? Alex, where are you going?
You saw the visions. All this is going to start all over again if I don't stop that seed.
Wait, let us...
No, you've got to get Gerard back to Voyager. This is my decision. Now go!
But...
Ensign Monroe. Ensign Monroe, acknowledge. Ms. Monroe, you are violating direct orders.
Foolish human. You cannot hope to stop the Borzov.
Who? What are you?
I am the Borzov. I was created by the Ancient Ones. I shall carry out their programming. The seed will be launched to create a new Voyager. We can never be stopped.
Wait, listen to me. In your visions, I saw... This machine is thousands of years old. How do you know that your purpose is conquest? Your makers may have only intended to use you for research. They may have been explorers like ourselves.
Nonsense. Our programming is clear. We are engineered for perfection. We are created to conquer.
But through the thousands of years, your original programming may have deteriorated. Do you even remember who built you? Where did they come from? What did they look like? The race of beings who first made you might even be extinct.
Silence! The seed will be launched. You shall be destroyed.
Please, come with us.
No.
The seed! This cannot be! Impudent wretch! Relishless in my non-victory human. For you may have stopped the seed, but now I will show you just how insignificant you are.
Impulse engines are at full power, Captain.
Keep pressing it, Mr. Paris.
The Forge has been destroyed.
We made it!
What about the other ships?
Some of them made it out. Captain, I'm getting a message from the Ethereans. They thank us for our help and are back on their way to their new home.
Captain, I've got some readings on our position. We're still in the Delta Quadrant, but we're over 200 light years closer to the Alpha Quadrant.
So, we gained a few months. Not bad. Get us back on course for home, Mr. Paris.
Looks like your plan worked, Ensign.
Yes. Congratulations, Monroe. Good work.
Your performance was quite satisfactory. You appear to be injured. You should report to sickbay.
Yes, sir.
Alex?
Telsia, hi.
Penny for your thoughts?
What's a penny?
I don't know. Some old phrase I heard Paris say once. It was a nice service. For Beastman and the others.
Yeah, for a funeral.
You couldn't have helped them, you know. You did the best you could. They knew the risks. They were professionals.
I know. But when you disappeared on the Etherean ship, I told myself the same thing. It didn't make me feel any better then, either.
You can't bring them back. Don't live in the past. Look toward the future. You have a bright future.
Do I?
Sure. Trust me.
Is this a private party, or can anyone join?
How are you doing, Monroe?
As good as can be expected, I guess.
Lieutenant Monroe?
Those pips suit you well, Lieutenant.
Thank you, sir.
You had us worried there at the end.
Ms. Monroe disobeyed orders and did not board the escape shuttle.
I'm sorry, sir. There was something I had to do.
We know, Lieutenant. We all saw the alien visions. You did what you had to do.
It was commendable. You were willing to sacrifice yourself for the whole.
As did the entire team. You all performed bravely.
The Hazard team has proven to be more valuable than we imagined. Starfleet just might adopt your idea when we get back, Tuvok.
Thank you, Captain. But I think Ms. Monroe is the one most responsible for the success of the team. It took some time, and not inconsiderable effort. But you have proven yourself to be an outstanding officer and a natural leader, as I always believed you would.
Thank you, sir. I was afraid you would think my decision was too impulsive.
Sometimes, Lieutenant, your gut instinct is better than what logic and procedure would suggest. Both are needed in a good leader. That is why I chose you to begin with.
Yes, sir. I understand.
Why, Tuvok? Is that a bit of pride I detect?
Surely, Captain. There is no cause to insult me.